Hey everyone, it's Fitz with your Power Talk, post-game style. Kansas State beats UT Martin 41-6 here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. It was a kind of a sluggish game in the first half for the Kansas State offense. They led 17-3 at half, but one of the touchdowns was a blocked punt by Ty Bowman that was picked up by a teammate and scored. So offense struggled. Avery struggled. Avery Johnson was good in his debut, but not great. First half was a little slow. He had an interception. He made some bad reads, but he did run the ball a few times, and he was off of pass plays. I think it was in the third quarter when they called his first designed run, and I felt like that loosened him up. I feel like Avery's a guy that's got to get out there and run and get hit a little bit for him to really feel like in the game, and the coaches were being so careful with him that he wasn't playing like himself. That's going to be something to watch in the future. But he did come on strong in the second half. You can tell his connections with Jace Brown and Dylan Edwards, two guys he's really close to on the team, really lead to production. Both those guys had good games in terms of offensive production. Jace had a fumble on a kickoff that's kind of unforgivable. He didn't go back out there after that for another kickoff return. But Dylan did a little punt return, did a little kickoff return, did a little running back, caught some passes, one for a touchdown. They just used a little bit of him all over the field. And he said it was really cool to be where he thought he'd always be. And, last year he went to Colorado. He kind of fell in love with the bright lights of playing for Deion Sanders, a guy he's known all of his life. And he won't say this, but I think he regrets it, that he didn't come here like he had originally planned because he felt at home here, he said. But Avery wasn't too worried about his performance, but he knows he needs to work on some things. The pick was just, he tried to put it in a tight window, and he didn't get the ball there. And the defensive back or linebacker, whoever it was, did a great job cutting underneath DJ Giddens' route and getting the interception. So the good news is special teams looks like it's going to be effective again, and that's huge for Kansas State football. And also the defense, I'm telling you what, Toby Usasani is just a wrecking crew. He had 2 sacks. He probably should have had a third. The quarterback somehow threw it away, and he harassed that poor guy all game. He just was all over him, and the depth of defensive end's apparent. We saw now how they're using that fourth lineman. It is a down lineman. They flipped the position on the depth chart for the game. This was very notable to me. When we got the depth chart with the notes earlier in the week, it listed 3 defensive ends and 1 defensive tackle, which is actually the nose tackle. Today on the flip card, it listed 2 defensive ends, a defensive tackle, and the nose tackle. And the defensive tackles were defensive ends that come in some of those short or passing situations to be a fourth down lineman. And I thought it was really effective. The safeties are fantastic. The corners are really good. Folks, I'm telling you, we've all been talking about this offense and how good it could be. And they do have a lot of weapons. We saw some of those weapons look really good at times in this game. But I think the defense is going to be the strength of this team. I think this defense, Desmond Purnell was everywhere. It was really impressive. He had a dominant performance. And again, the DNs just kind of rotate in, and Brendan Mott was really good too. And so I'm bullish on that defense. I think they're going to be outstanding when they settle in. And like we've been saying, there's so much depth over there at certain positions. It's impressive. I don't think K-State's ever had that kind of depth on some of those different positions. So it's promising. But go to Tulane next week. You're going to have to open up that playbook, which I think the coaches obviously know. And you're going to have to let Avery be Avery. I know you want to protect him and not get him hurt, but you can't make him be someone else. You have to let him do his thing. And that's going to be something to follow here. Are they going to cut him loose? Are they going to find a balance here where they do expose him to injury on occasion, but they don't run him like a fullback? I mean, I think Avery is a hard guy to get a clean shot on. He does a really good job of getting out of bounds. If you're not going to take an unnecessary hit, he's going to get out. But like I said, in that second half, when he had that run and did get hit, he said it got him going. And he got nailed in the pocket a couple times. He had some pressure that disrupted some things. But overall, I thought Avery was solid. I thought the offense was solid. The offensive line struggled at times, but we knew that was coming. And as Coach Kleiman said, this is a really good Tennessee Martin defense and an interior defense. They're known for stopping the run, and they did a good job with it for the most part. But DJ Giddens is DJ Giddens. He got his yards. He went over 100 yards. Man, that kid is so good. He's just so good at what he does. It's really fun to watch him run. And, they've got a new opening sequence on the scoreboard to introduce the starters. And so they list the last card to pop up is the quarterback and the 2 running backs. You had Dylan Edwards from Wichita. You've got Avery Johnson from Wichita. And you've got DJ Giddens from Junction City. And then on defense, you got Des Purnell from Topeka and Toby from Wichita. There are so many Kansas kids that are vital parts of this team. It's really cool. That's it for this talk. No daily delivery on Sunday because late game here. Got a lot of cool coverage coming. And remember, we are, right now, 75% off. If you're not a subscriber, you need to do it right now.